You see me this morning?
No. I mean, yeah. When?
Went on with Sal. KTV.
Castaneda?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He hit me up last night. I said, you must have not been available.
They must have been deep down in the well. What?
Keep going.
What?
Deep down in the well.
So,
yeah.
Usually you can, I'm not doing this anymore. Yeah, I just, what? So, this guy is such a D. For the sake of entertainment, I'm going to, off the top of my head, come up with the 5 people who they asked before you who couldn't do it. Why do I want to do that? I would love the list. There is no list. Give me 2. That's the point.
Oh, okay.
It would be a bit.
All right.
You were asked to do KTVU.
But I think of you. I was like, make sure it's okay with old Steiner. I do that. That's your boy. I met him through you.
He's actually not my boy anymore. We're having trouble.
That's why I went on then. I knew something was up planned.
Is that why he didn't come on for Steiny's birthday? He was
Evan.
But let me tell you this.
Evan snitching.
Let me tell you this.
It was like 3 months ago.
Oh, Evan, why you tell him?
Let me tell you this, Goo. They didn't ask you to go on KTVU this morning because you won a contest 8 years ago.
Right.
You earned getting on there this morning with your knowledge, with your expertise, your professionalism, and the fact that you are one of the best media members in the Bay Area. Now, Sal didn't get you on today and say, well, you know what? If he stinks, he won a contest 8 years ago, so... no,
I was not saying
at
that. At
some point, you arrive, and Brock Purdy and Darryl the Guru Johnson have arisen.
You. Tell me something. So I'm all happy and unicorns and Skittles about yesterday's game. There is something I wrote down that concerned me. See if you could guess it.
Kyle Shanahan's clock management at the end of the first half.
See, you haven't seen my growth. No, he's been great.
Well, he wasn't great there.
You went in. I kind of was like,
terrible. Well,
set it up and tell us about it before I get to mine.
Hey, Kyle, what happened at the end of the first half? Did you butcher?
No, we went back and forth on it, and then I ended up not liking my decision. It's kind of right in between there. I had enough timeouts. We said no, then we said yes, and then I was confused because when they did take the 10 seconds off and it was after an incomplete completion, I couldn't figure out why they were running it again. None of us knew, so it was just an unusual rule. So I just talked to the ref, and he said it is a weird rule, but that's how they do it. Even if it's a dead ball, if you take a 10-second runoff, they can still start the clock. And once that started happening, and we were surprised by it, then we just let it go in at half.
Mr. Accountability.
But who is we, Steiny? That's your decision.
No, it's staff. We do everything as a staff. Great organizations do everything as a staff.
Not coach.
Oh, yeah.
That was a coaching's decision.
No, he went to his staff, and they couldn't figure it out.
I don't like it.
What don't you like?
They should have went for the jugular. That was his baby.
Well, they wanted to, but then they got caught in between.
Yeah.
With the staff. It's just an honest mistake.
So all you got to do to outsmart Kyle Shanahan is just zig when he's expecting you to zag.
Man.
Just do things unorthodox.
Yeah, you weren't the only ones. Twitter was going crazy. X was going crazy.
All you can ask is a guy acknowledge a situation, and if he didn't handle it, great. Give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, you want to run him out of town now again? Let me guess.
That's the easiest thing to do in life.
I know.
Just admit when you mess up, even if you don't really feel that way.
I thought...
you know what I mean?
I thought the easiest thing you could do in life is like call for a guy's firing or something.
Well, the last 2 years we've fired Shanahan and Steve Wilkes, so they're down to pretty much this right.
I never fire anybody.
We got to check
especially any coach.
Well, I did that after Trey broke his ankle. I'm on record.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, the nitty-gritty.
Hey, one of the dynamics, there's 2 things on my list here, not game-related, but dynamics-related, the dynamic between you and I. And I realize that,
the best ones
you
at the
can
bar.
schnooker me in a big way. And here's how he does it. This is why
my ears are as big as
Bambi's. This is why sometimes people are like, hey, Steiny, take it easy on. He's playing chess. Don't you get it, people? With me. I'm playing checkers. Guru's playing chess. And I'll tell you how he did it today. I came out and I had a theme about this team.
Yeah.
And I asked Guru to give me a minute to explain it, and he did. And it's a simple question. Who gets the credit for the fact that the San Francisco 49ers, have no chemistry issues, no locker room issues, and they've got more playmakers than any other team in the NFL, but nobody's complaining that they're not getting theirs. Who gets the credit for that? And to my way of thinking, Shanahan gets a good chunk of it. But I started the show today saying, that's one thing I've noticed, man. This team, Christian McCaffrey was acquired a year ago and became the centerpiece of this offense. And you know what? Ayuk was good with it. Debo was good with it. Purdy's good with it. Kittle's good with it. Jawan Jennings is good with it. And that's as a guy who's a huge chemistry guy. That's why, to me, they are ahead of the pack. Because they don't, right now, things could change, have any agendas.
And you're right.
Right.
That's perfect.
Right. But here's the problem. So I go there, and then you start saying, oh, yeah, you hope 3 years from now they got 2 Super Bowls under their belt, 2 Super Bowl rings, and Purdy's got 2 rings and an MVP. And that's when I'm forced to say, well, hold on. Like I said, they're really good. It's week 13. They're right now probably the front runners, but a lot can happen. And you say, oh, Steiny, don't rob them of winning 3 straight Super Bowls. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to rob them of winning 3 straight Super Bowls, but I'm also not going to give them one when they haven't won one. And so even though I came out super duper positive today about the Niners, you trumped me because you said they're winning the next 3 Super Bowls. And then, not really.
Okay,
like that. But then I then am in a position to say, well, maybe not.
No,
and then people say I'm a hater because I'm not saying that the Niners are going to. I think they could win 5 in a row.
No,
but you know what I'm saying.
No, that was
so I just
there was no chest involved over here on that. That you let me down with that. But I was about to take some Equifax, some real credit in what you're about to say. Though. All I was saying is it starts from the top, and all I keep saying is if you think I'm a Kyle Shanahan hater, I can see the forest for the trees. This dude has done this without Brock Purdy and McCaffrey, so. That's not lost on me, even though I criticize them. They have been to 3 of the last 4 NFC championship games. This is just the Avengers now. This is the one where right now, as currently constructed, there is no reason in hell it looks like the Niners can't get that Super Bowl ring. That's being real. Week 13. Right. But Steiny, you got to also we got to look at each other and be real and say how Kyle is calling plays. Defensively, what Wilkes is doing, the addition of Chase Young. I mean, when was John Lynch? We don't even talk about him on a weekly basis. The fact that he went and got Randy Gregory, who was available, and now he's giving you some production. So to me, like pancakes, Steiny, the Niners are stacked, and what they'll do when the postseason, we'll find out. But good God, if I'm a Niner fan, I don't know, since Steve Young and Dallas and the Niners rivalry, well, even then, I ain't going to put that up there because you had Dallas. It was Ali Frazier, and you didn't know if Dallas, if they beat you, you could see it. I just don't see a team in the NFC right now, today. Now, Dallas is playing better, but you own them. You ended their season the last 2 seasons, for what that's worth. I'm just giving kudos to Kyle for building a machine.
Well, he's built
actually has been close and to a Super Bowl before the emergence of Brock and McCaffrey.
But he hasn't won anything before Brock and McCaffrey. And if it were another coach, you would point that out.
Well, I'm not just doing that. He won the NFC in 2019 to go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They put on the hats. And they dominated.
All I'm saying is just.
Well, yeah, he's ringless.
Right. Yeah. That's okay. Let's just. So, and I guess that's the other thing. Kyle Shanahan hasn't gotten over the hump yet. So that's why I hope to get a couple. How about one?
All right.
How about win next week?
And that's really all it's about.
Like, the other thing is you can't. What if somebody gets hurt?
No, that's
what if somebody gets hurt?
Yeah, I got you on that.
Well.
But the point is, what if Mahomes goes down? Kansas City's done.
But my point is, if you're assuming you're going to win it right now and you've got Super Bowl,
no, it's just
anything can happen.
No doubt. But it's the feeling, man. It's the feeling. Because injuries are real. Health is
right.
It can I got you.
And I'd caution people to remember the feeling when you were 8-0 a few years back. That was a good feeling.
Yeah, and you went to the Super Bowl that year.